Well, my project is to replace this faucet. And let's take a look at this faucet real quick. Okay, we got hot water. We got cold water. Looks like it's dripping around the aerator outlet, and you can unscrew that and you can clean that out. There's probably some little grit in here. You could clean that out. If that's all that was wrong with your faucet, take a look at that. Because if it is that, you could fix it yourself. You gotta screw that back up in there. Now the water's not dripping around there. I think I just fixed that. Okay, but that's not the reason why I need to replace this. Let's look a little closer, shall we? Upon closer inspection, what are you seeing there? It looks like the paint. Looks like it's actually been chipped right there. Look at this. And that's why this needs to be replaced. Because the paint was flaking off before. It had flaked off like this before. And the owner had painted this. He went and got some paint and painted this right on there. Matched it up. And now it's flaking off some more. And that looked awful. I mean, he didn't want to spend the money to replace the faucet at the time. He thought he could get by with the faucet the way it was. But, you know, what else is going on with this faucet? Is there anything else wrong with it on why he wanted to replace it? Let's take a look and see. Here's where the pop-up valve was. You know, down inside the sink. Let's look at that. That looks all chipped up too, doesn't it? See around the edge? That's because all the paint came off, and he tried to paint this too. Look at that. Nice, huh? See, that was pre-finished white before, and it came all off, and he went and painted it. And then it came off some more. I'm just showing you that because that's why I'm going to replace this whole faucet assembly. Was because of those reasons. And let's see underneath the sink. Was it leaking at all? We'll take a quick meander and see. I'm going to take a look under here. Usually when you look at a sink underneath, you can look at that and you want to run it with water, see if there are any drips. But if you don't find any drips, next culprit, look down below. See this line here? That's probably because this trap was dripping once upon a time. You get down here, back here, see all that? When you turn the faucet on, it drips from up above. Well, actually, where this is, underneath here, there's a hole that this attaches to on the sink. Well, in there, it drips water, and it's been dripping, drip, 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 drip. And see, it's flaked up the bottom of this too. Isn't that a shame? Look at that. Here's some more spots over here. Now see where that one is? Right there. That's straight up above that. And you can see that blue glue there. Somebody tried to fix that once upon a time because it was dripping. And that elbow there looks fairly, I mean, that doesn't look new, but it looks like once upon a time they had to fix that because it was dripping there too. Alright, so obviously this is not making me have to replace this sink or this or that, right? But anywhere from here up, you look at that, and we made the determination that there were some drips. And right here, that's where the pop-up valve gets hooked to. You run the sink long enough, sometimes this will drip right there too. And you got to run the sink 4 or 5 minutes, but if you see any little markings underneath your sink right down here on the ground, on the bottom of your cabinet, chances are this pop-up valve nut will be dripping. And you only see that like if you run that 4 or 5 minutes. Now granted, most of the time you don't run a sink 4 or 5 minutes before it starts dripping, do you? You wash your hands, boom, you're out of there. So you know, you just have to check that once in a while. But for all those reasons, we're going to go ahead and replace this faucet. All right, so that's coming at you right now. That's all I have for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.